One of the hardest lessons that I've had to learn is that not everybody is going to make you a priority, and that is okay. I used to take that very personally, but now I see it way different. Every interaction reveals where you stand in somebody's life, and although the truth isn't always comfortable, it is very valuable. It shows you where your love, time, and energy are being appreciated and valued, and where they're just simply being spent. And there's something oddly freeing about finding out where you stand in somebody's life. It may hurt, but it also gives you clarity. And clarity is one of the greatest gifts that you can receive, because the people who genuinely value you won't leave you questioning where you stand in their life. And when somebody repeatedly shows you who they are, believe them. That clarity is valuable too. The mistake is continuing to make somebody a priority while accepting that to them, you'll always be an option. And hey, you're not entitled to somebody's time. You're not entitled to be first. People have families, relationships, jobs, kids, dreams. Life gets busy. Someone else having priorities doesn't mean they don't care about you. And if we always expect to come first, we're going to be setting ourselves up for disappointment. But that is not what this video is about. What more so matters is the pattern. Everyone gets busy. Everyone cancels plans. Everyone has seasons where they're just overwhelmed. But when someone consistently reaches out only when it's convenient, when you're always the one adjusting, when you're always the one checking in, when you're always the one making the effort, eventually you have to ask yourself, am I actually important in this person's life? And this isn't just because you're insecure, it's because you're paying attention. People confuse self-worth with ego. Self-worth doesn't sound like you should choose me. Self-worth sounds like you don't have to choose me, but I don't have to choose someone who's not choosing me. And that's not bitterness, that is balance. You're not trying to control anyone, you're just deciding what you're willing to accept. I think so many of us spend years trying to earn a place in people's lives. Maybe if I'm nicer, maybe if I help more, maybe if I'm more successful, maybe if this and that and this and that. Maybe then they'll choose me. But relationships are not auditions. Real, healthy relationships don't require constant proving. The thing is, you really teach people how to value you. People learn what you're going to tolerate. If you constantly rearrange your life, cancel your plans, lower your standards, and settle for whatever someone has left over, they'll eventually just assume that's enough. Not because they're bad people per se all the time in these scenarios, but because you've unintentionally taught them that it's enough. Knowing your worth doesn't mean believing that you're better than everyone. It means recognizing your value even when someone else doesn't. It means realizing that your kindness isn't something that people should have unlimited access to. Your time matters, your energy matters, and your presence matters. The right people truly will not make you question where you stand. Not because they'll be perfect, but because they'll make an effort. You don't have to become cold, and you don't have to cut everyone off. And you don't have to, announce your value to the world. Because sometimes knowing your worth, it's incredibly quiet. It's choosing to stop chasing people who only notice you when it's convenient. It's realizing that being available isn't the same thing as being valued. And it's understanding that your peace is worth more than constantly wondering where you stand in somebody's life. Because if you're truly important in somebody's life, you're not going to have to wonder that. They'll make it known to you that you're important and valued. Because I've learned you can't force somebody to make you a priority, but you can choose to not make yourself an option. I've realized that I already know who my people are. The ones who check in, they show up, and they make me feel valued. And that's where my energy goes now. I no longer spend my time chasing people who don't put the same effort into me. Not because I'm angry, definitely been there though, but it's because I've learned my value. I ain't gonna chase you, trust me. I know my worth, and if you want to be in my life and show me that, then great, we'll get along just fine. But if you show me, you're not quite in that inner circle where that value is super reciprocal, that's okay. But I like that clarity, and I value knowing that. It's like if people want to show you who they are, genuinely let them. Peace came when I stopped asking, why am I not a priority? And I just started seeing and, realizing that, okay, these are the people who just show me that. So why am I worrying when somebody isn't? If these people in my life I recognize are making me a priority and vice versa, then that's great. I know where these people stand in my life now. The clarity in that is freeing, because when you don't have your expectations set that high for everybody, then you really can't get disappointed. The relationships where the value is reciprocal, those are the relationships I really protect and value. Those are the people I invest in. And I've stopped exhausting myself trying to prove my value to other people who don't already see it. At the end of the day, trying to convince somebody of your value, trust me, that doesn't make you feel valuable at all. Anyone who genuinely cares for you and values you and is going to be that person in your life, you don't have to chase them for that. I promise you that. Because you've always been enough, and you don't need to go after somebody and be like, why aren't I a priority in your life? What? Okay, I'm not a priority in your life. That's fine. That's fine. That's where you stand in my life now. And I know that. Clarity. Thank you. I ain't chasing anymore. If you show me that, I'm not a priority to you, perfect. Thank you for that clarity, genuinely, because now I don't have to, get disappointed by you anymore, because I know that's just where you stand now.